Hi everybody. So today I have decided that it might be quite nice to do some different games and activities around breathing and breathing techniques. Now, if you're ever feeling a bit anxious or nervous, angry, any of those kind of emotions that don't sit right with you, and you feel like you need to calm or control, the best thing that you can do is learn how to take some breaths. Obviously, everyone can breathe. Everyone knows how to breathe. It just happens automatically. We don't have to think about it. It's one of our natural bodily processes. So you ask me, how can breathing help me calm down? Well, it's quite simple. If you imagine a snow globe and your mind is that snow globe, and all those pieces of snow inside that snow globe are your thoughts and your feelings. So sometimes we can shake our snow globes up and all our thoughts and feelings are swirling round and round and round and round, and it's really hard to concentrate, really hard to think and listen and all those things, and there's just too much going on in your mind. There's too many things happening. Everything's like that snow globe, all rushing around and round and round and round. And you need to try to calm that. You need to stop your mind going round and round and round. So a really good way that you can stop all these things whirling round in your head is to stop that snow globe from shaking. So if you imagine that the case of the snow globe is your body or your head or your brain, if you just let that be still, you'll notice all the snow start to drift down and settle on the bottom of the snow globe, and the snow globe becomes clear. And then you can control your thoughts and your feelings and how they move and how they're going to filter and interact in your mind. So obviously the biggest way to be still and to still your mind is to make your body still, and eventually your mind will become still too. When you get stressed or angry or worried, lots of things happen in your body which then affect your mind. So you might start having these feelings of being a bit anxious or a bit worried, and things change in your body. Your heart rate might get a bit faster, you might start sweating. Some people get like pins and needles, and more often than not, people stop breathing deeply. So you either breathe faster or you breathe really shallow. So you breathe quite, so you don't take big breaths in. So you breathe, your breathing is faster and shallower. Now, it's really easy to control your breathing. And when somebody tells you, calm down, take a breath, take a deep breath, actually it's great advice. At the time when you're having those feelings, you think, I can't possibly just stop and take a deep breath. There's too much going on. But if you can learn to just take your deep breaths, even if it's just 3 breaths, then you can change what is happening in your body. And that will change what's happening in your mind, and you'll feel calmer instantly. It's not going to make everything go away, but it's definitely going to help. So I've got a few activities here that we can do together to learn how to change your breathing and control your breathing. So you will need to go and get a few things. So the things you'll need are an A4 piece of paper, any colour, your favourite colour maybe. You can get it out of recycling. Any colour A4 piece of paper. You're also going to need a glass of milk and a straw. You will also need a towel or something to mop up maybe a little bit of milk if it gets spilt. So go and get those things, come back to me when you've got them. Okay, so the first activity I'm going to show you today is milkshake breathing. Now, you may have heard of this before. I know that lots of teachers have done it before. So this is trying to teach you to take some really slow, gentle out breaths. So what I'd like you to do is have your straw in your milk. I'd like you to take in a breath through your nose, and I'd like you to blow your breath out really slowly into your straw and see what happens to the milk. Okay? Now, some of you will have just blown into your straw and all your milk would have bubbled up and gone everywhere. So you might need to be cleaning that up right now. Some of you, maybe not much happened in your milk. What I need you to try to do is to breathe really slowly and keep your breath steady so that you can see the bubbles coming in your milk and they rise up and up and up in your glass, but don't let them overflow if you can. Okay, so let's try that again. So deep breath in through your nose. Now, I've got bigger lungs than you, so I can probably breathe for a lot longer than you can. But if you feel like you need to take another in-breath, then stop blowing through your straw and take another in-breath. Okay, should we try that again? So remember, you're breathing through the straw really slowly and steady. We don't want big splashes and the milk overflowing, okay? This is about controlling your breath. So big breath in through your nose. Okay. You can do this as many times as you like, it's quite fun. And obviously whenever you feel anxious or stressed, you might not have a glass of milk to hand and a straw. But you can remember this activity and you can imagine that you have that straw in your mouth and that glass of milk, and you have to breathe your breath out really steadily and slowly to make those bubbles. So if you were just imagining it, you could just take your breath in. And breathe steadily out through your straw. Okay, let's do that one more time because it's pretty fun. So okay, so that's the milkshake breathing. The next breathing activity we can do with the piece of paper. So this is a breathing activity that helps to slow your breathing. It helps to make your out breath longer and your in breath a bit shorter, just so you can get more oxygen into your body and help you calm down a bit more. So again, really simple, and you might not always have a piece of paper to hand, but you can imagine you've got that piece of paper if it's not available to you. So just be careful of paper cuts on here. So you're going to be running your finger along the edge of the paper. You don't have to do it on this top edge because you don't want to get a paper cut. So maybe just run your finger along the flat edge like this. So you're going to run your finger around the edge of the paper, and on the long sides you're going to be breathing out, and on the short side you're going to be breathing in. Okay, simple as that. You obviously need to move your finger slowly, slow enough that it's comfortable for you, but really slows down your breath. So don't go too fast. Okay, are we ready? So let's start with the in breath. And just by doing those few simple breaths, I can feel my body feels much calmer already. You're focusing your mind, you're controlling your breathing, you're teaching your body how to relax. If you want to do this and you don't have a piece of paper available to you, again, just like with the milk, you can imagine that you have your piece of paper and you can just draw in the air or on a table, on your arm, on your leg, anywhere that you need to help you to calm down. So If I was going to do it on my arm, for instance, I could just sit here and imagine I had my piece of paper and just or maybe you do it on the table if that's easier for you to have a nice flat surface there. But you can do that paper breathing anytime and anywhere. Okay, the next breathing technique I've got for you is a belly breathing technique. So this one again is quite simple. It's just bringing your focus down into your tummy, which is where you can hold a lot of anxiety and tension sometimes when you get a bit nervous or upset. So you're just going to rest your hands really lightly on your tummy. When you take a breath in, you're going to push your tummy out and try and make it really, really big. And when you breathe out, you're going to suck your tummy back in. Okay, so blow it up like a balloon and let that balloon out. And blow it up like a balloon and let that balloon down. If you're really, really good at this, you can also try to breathe your breath down into your tummy and then up into your lungs. So you could put one hand on your tummy and one hand on your chest, and you breathe in, and first you would blow up your belly, and secondly you would expand your chest. So, and then when you breathe out, you first collapse your chest and then breathe out from your belly. That one's more difficult, but it is a nice one, and it does make your breath really, really deep. So let's just do one more belly breath together. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, the final breathing activity I've got for you today is a bit of a longer exercise. It's a mindfulness breathing activity, and it's about sending your breath to different areas of your body that you think need it. So when we breathe in, we get all our oxygen from the air and it goes into our lungs, and then it is dispersed through our body and pumped around our body to all our muscles and all the areas that we need them in. Now, you are in control of your body, so you can visualize and try to send your oxygen to places in your body that you think need them the most. So it's really, again, really simple, and it's just about trying to use your imagination and focus your mind. So you take a deep breath in through your nose, and you send that breath wherever you need to in your body. So for instance, when I get a bit nervous or a bit stressed, my tummy starts to feel a bit funny, like I've got maybe butterflies in my tummy. So I might want to send my breath to my tummy to try to soothe my stomach and calm me down a bit. So I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to really focus on my tummy. I might touch my tummy. I'm going to take a breath in, and I'm going to send that oxygen to my tummy. And breathe it out. Another place that I feel tension is in my shoulders, and I feel that when I get stressed or tense, my shoulders tend to come up here, and sometimes it feels really nice to kind of roll them back. So I'm going to imagine sending my breath to my shoulders. So I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose and send my breath to my shoulders. And what you'll notice when you're sending your breath to these different body parts, because you're focusing on those body parts, you'll feel them move, and you will feel them physically relax. Another breathing exercise you can do is to attach words and meaning to your breath. So you can imagine that when you're breathing in, You can breathe in any type of energy that you like, and when you breathe out, you can breathe out any type of energy you like. That's the same for feelings and emotions. You can breathe those into your body and take them in, and you can breathe out anything that isn't serving you anymore and you don't want in your body anymore, in your mind. So just choose 2 words to start with. As you practice this, you might be able to use more words. So choose a word that you want more of in your body or in your mind. It can be a feeling or emotion. It could be an object. It could be anything that you want, you feel you need and you want. Maybe it's something that calms you down. So children I've worked with in the past have breathed in things like calmness, happiness, light, energy, Minecraft, anything that they felt they needed and would calm them down. Things that you could breathe out then are things you don't want in your body anymore. So usually negative things that just aren't serving you, that you just don't want in your body or in your mind anymore, and you just want to get rid of them. So a big one that the children I worked with used to do was worries. They wanted to just breathe out their worries and all worries and just get rid of all of them. Maybe you want something a bit more specific. So when you breathe out, maybe you're going to breathe out a certain type of worry. So I'm going to breathe out my worry about, or my anxiety about. Maybe you want to breathe out something that's uncomfortable in your body. So some kind of pain. Maybe you want to breathe out jealousy. So I'm going to breathe in light today. I feel like I need some more light in my body. I feel like everyone could do with some more light in their body at the moment. And I'm going to breathe out my tiredness today. I'm a bit tired, so I want to get rid of that from my body. I don't want to be tired anymore. So all I'm going to say to myself is, I breathe in light. I breathe out tiredness. Light, tiredness. Light, tiredness. 3 breaths are usually the best thing to do, and then let your breathing return to normal. And then if you feel like you need another 3 breaths, you can do another 3 breaths. So I breathe in light. I breathe out tiredness. I breathe in light. I breathe out tiredness. I breathe in light. I breathe out tiredness. I like to do that with my eyes closed, just helps me concentrate, but you don't have to. So I hope you found these little exercises helpful today and a little bit of fun. You can teach these to anyone. You could go and teach these to your parents now. Maybe you feel like they need to take some deep breaths sometimes, and you can use them whenever you like. Some people like to carry something around with them to remind them to take some deep breaths. I know that lots of people have breathing dolls or little breathing cards that they have in their pocket. Maybe you've got a little animal. I know somebody that I know had to carry around a little plastic butterfly, and they get that butterfly out and that just reminds them to take some deep breaths. If you haven't got anything like that, then it's easy to make something. You can just get a piece of card and draw something and keep that in your pocket. You could just get a stone from the garden, and every time you start to feel anxious or worried, you could get that stone out and it will remind you to take those deep breaths. It doesn't matter what the object is, and you don't have to have one, but some people like to have something they can hold when they're doing their breathing and just reminds them what they can do. So have fun with the milk, don't get it everywhere, don't get it on the carpet, and practice your breathing. And I will see you in a few more days where we'll have some more mindfulness and movement activities for you. Thank you, bye, look after yourself, stay well and be radiant.